I want to have my earlobes as big as they can go. One day, I hope to have the biggest stretched earlobes in the world. My name is Bianca Farrow. I'm 26 and I'm a tattooer in New Jersey. I have a lot of tattoos and I've had a lot of piercings throughout my life. Right now, I just have pretty much just the ones that you can see on my face, but my biggest, most dramatic piercings are the ones in my ears. I've been stretching my ears for over 10 years. So I started stretching my ears when I was 12 years old, actually, and at that point, they were really small and nobody really noticed them. But by the time I got to high school, they started to get pretty big, and the bullying was rough because I was the only one in my school with something like that. And kids would say that they could smell my ears from down the hall, or, just the general you're a freak type thing. I would be treated as if I was disgusting. Let's talk about why your ears stink. And mine enough. My earlobes are a big part of my identity. If I were to wake up and my earlobes would be gone, I would have an identity crisis because I'm just so used to them being there. I want to have my earlobes as big as they can go. Right now, my earlobes are 3 inches or 75 millimeters roughly. I would love to have the biggest ears out of any other girl in the world, but I have a long way to go. And there are some cultures out there and other countries that have ears bigger than I could probably ever dream of, but maybe one day. You'd be surprised what fits through my earlobes. As long as it's this size or smaller, it can go on my earlobe, and that means your cell phone, your Gatorade, your hamster, a small kitten, a blow dryer, an arm, remote control, a Game Boy. As long as it's, this size or smaller, it can go in there. I've pretty much been posting about my body modifications for as long as I've had social media, because posting a picture just of myself always results in people asking me questions about my ears. Out of all of the negative reactions that I get, the most common would be that I'll never get a job, that I'll never find a husband, and that my parents are disappointed in me, or that my parents did a really bad job raising me, or that I have daddy issues, or that my parents don't love me. People make a lot of assumptions on you based on the skin on your ears. Aside from the negative reactions that I get, I do get an overwhelming amount of positivity. I have people reach out to me all the time and tell me that my ears are what inspired them to stretch their ears, or my ears inspired them to make their ears bigger. If I could spread a message online, I'm hoping that I can tell people that it's okay to be yourself, and no matter how many people are telling you no or trying to make you feel bad for doing the things that you love to do, that you should do them anyway, and that good things will always come of it.
Getting dentures in my 30s changed my entire life. I absolutely adore my dentures, but I know my gummy smile is so adorable. Hey y'all, my name is Tequila and I'm from Tennessee, and I was 30 years old when I got dentures. So when I was a teenager, I had braces on for 8 years, and 22 years old, had them took off, and my teeth came off with it, and they discovered that I have a gum disease called pyorrhea. And after that, it just went downhill. They just started falling out. They were very brittle. It was really hard to eat all my favorite foods. I would pass without a doubt not eating chips, and I love chips, because I would be scared how many teeth would break off in the process, and the pain was literally unbearable. I was very worried about what other people would think. At the time, being young, all I cared about was what others thought, and that was my biggest fear. I had learned how to talk with my mouth closed because I didn't want to show my teeth at all. So I accepted I needed dentures probably about the age of 25. I was in so much pain, I decided to get all my remaining teeth extracted. And that is when I accepted it, and it was a long road to get there money-wise, but I was dead set on getting dentures. So how I felt after I got my dentures, it was absolutely amazing. My self-esteem skyrocketed. Like, I had a whole newfound confidence in myself. Started taking a lot more pictures with my kids and my fiance smiling. Laughing came natural because I could show my teeth and I felt pretty. I decided to get on social media and try to show everybody that it's normal. There's a huge stigma around getting dentures, especially when you're young. And I try to break that and to let others know that it's okay. I absolutely adore spreading positivity about dentures. So I had an outpouring of positivity on my comments on social media. People telling me how much of an inspiration I am, how beautiful my smile is, how much strength I have to share my journey. My more popular videos on social media are the ones where I pop my teeth out and do a transition and then come back with makeup that have really been trending. Everybody seems to think that's funny. So some of the negative comments would be that I was a catfish or I had bad hygiene. Young people only get dentures because they're on drugs. I should have took care of my teeth. That's gross. So the message that I'm hoping to spread on social media is always be kind. Do not judge others and that you do not even know their story. So getting dentures has changed my life drastically, has gave me a whole new found confidence, and I actually can show the real me, the bubbly and the quirky and the loud person that I know I am.
At my heaviest, I couldn't bear to look in the mirror. I didn't want to leave the house. I have lost over half of my body weight since. Hi, my name is Leanne. I am a mummy of two boys, Luke and Liam, age 4 and 2. I live in Dublin, Ireland. I've been heavy since childhood. I started struggling about the age of 6 and was already classed as obese by age 8. Yeah, my relationship to food growing up was kind of very restricted. I was literally constantly on diets and restricting foods and had such an unhealthy relationship with food. At my heaviest, I couldn't bear to look in the mirror. I've had a lot of name calling, really mean stuff said to me. Just the stuff people would say, just really mean, negative, hurtful stuff. I didn't want to leave the house. When I became a mummy, just simplest of things was just so hard. My little boys couldn't sit properly on my lap because my belly took up my whole lap. They would have to sit on my belly, which was uncomfortable and embarrassing too. I decided on weight loss surgery because diets weren't working. I've tried them all and I would be successful for like 10, 20 pounds and then put on 20, 30 pounds. And it was literally a vicious cycle for like 20 years. I had my bariatric surgery almost 2 years ago now. At my heaviest, I weighed 307 pounds and I now weigh 132. I am obviously completely happy I have lost that amount of weight. I live in a happier and healthier, more mobile body, but I am left with a lot of excess skin, which is uncomfortable and painful and just embarrassing. I would get a lot of chafing. I get rashes and blisters underneath the skin. The fall, it gets infected so fast. Like it's very hard to deal with. I started posting about my weight loss journey on social media in September 2020, so 2 months after my gastric bypass. I get so many positive comments, feedback, so much support and kindness. Like, just the weight loss community in general is just so supportive and encouraging. I have a much better relationship with my body now. It's the stuff it can do now. I like to celebrate that I can do that kind of stuff now. I'm so much happier in this body than the body I was in 2 years ago. It's just like I help my body and my body helps me. We're like a team.